Hello, my name is Muhammad Al-Sada, and today I will be talking about NoMachine. I will be going over what is NoMachine. I will be talking about the hardware and software requirements, and then I will go over the NoMachine features as well as the additional features, and then I will demonstrate the installation and talk about failover cluster. What is NoMachine? NoMachine is actually a remote desktop. It runs under NX technology. There are three types of NoMachine uh, applications that I will be using, which are the server, cloud, and client, which run under the enterprise package. And now I will be going over how to use NoMachine. The process is fairly simple. Uh, After the NoMachine has been installed, straight away after running it, you get the window with the available connections. For this case, since we have the enterprise server, cloud, and client all installed, we will see they can see each other. And by clicking one of them and choosing connect will lead to uh, authentication just by typing in the username and password. It will give it permission to be accessed. After that, you will be given a choice of which available physical display is available to be chosen from, and then after it has been connected, it will open up a window with the connected remote desktop inside it, and it even shows a message down below. The user administrator is connected. Moving on to the hardware requirements, beginning with the processor, the minimum requirement is an Intel dual core or an AMD Athlon dual core. Anything equivalent to that, such as what matters is to have two cores. As for the RAM, all you need is 1 GB of RAM, although some applications of NoMachine, such as the client, needs 500 MB of RAM. And then we have the network connection. Anything such as LAN or internet links, cable, they all work fine for NoMachine. As for the storage, the available platforms are Windows, Linux, and Mac. They all have different sizes for the storage. So depending on which one we're using, for instance, for this demonstration, I'll be using Windows. So I will be needing 107.5 MB. But for Linux and Mac is around 81 and 83 MB. Moving on to the software requirements, NoMachine is compatible with Windows, Mac, and Linux, all in 32-bit and 64-bit. It is also compatible with Red Hat and Ubuntu. NoMachine has various features. Some of them include being able to connect from anywhere because NoMachine is easily able to detect a NoMachine enabled computer if the right IP is given using the internet. It also has collaborative sessions. By that I mean several people can use they can all connect to a desktop at once. It's a good way to help in troubleshooting problems, and it's all secure with your control. NoMachine is compatible with most devices such as printers and scanners and all your external desks. NoMachine is capable of having screen recordings. It helps in doing presentations, or this is an example of collaborative sessions. As you can see, two people are connected to the same remote desktop, and they can edit the same things and control everything. NoMachine has various features that need to be configured to be activated. One of them is multi-node concepts. A NoMachine host can act as a gateway to let users access multiple machines from an IP. This is usually the server, and a number of other NoMachine hosts can be behind that server, and these are what we call nodes or remote nodes. Failover cluster comes in that when high availability is needed, it adds a second server to the multi-node environment. This is what we call a cluster. When we have high availability, if one of the servers is down, the second or the other server can take over and keep the users connected, which is extremely important, especially when you have hundreds of nodes or hundreds of users connected. A failover cluster requires two machines, either a NoMachine enterprise server or cloud. It has to be a total of two of them. As for the nodes, you need either enterprise desktop or workstation or terminal server or a terminal server node. If you have already configured your multi-node environment by adding all the nodes to the server, that is all you will need to have the failover cluster. Finally, guest accounts. The automation generation of guest accounts, it is available on all the platforms of NoMachine, but it is not enabled by default. It can be turned on by entering a command or by editing the NoMachine server configuration file. I implemented the guest accounts feature into the system, and I showed how to create guest accounts using the automatic way by entering this command also. I put in the password, and that's it. I will now demonstrate how to install NoMachine. It is very simple and easy. Just by downloading the software from their main website. When the application is run, you just enter next and follow that with accepting the agreement and next, and choosing the destination of the file, and just like that it's done. And then you just simply restart the computer. I will be demonstrating how to implement a failover cluster in a NoMachine. As for the multi-node environment, I will start by creating nodes. That is the only way to create it. And that is an obstacle I faced at first because I was not aware that nodes had to be created. I will be using two servers. I will be using the enterprise server and the enterprise cloud server. I will be adding load balancing, which is basically it is an automatic way of letting the cluster choose which node is more suitable to the user depending on how much of a load the nodes are having. So the one with the least load will be taking new users. And then I will be showing you how to configure it. This is how the cluster works. You have the client connecting through the servers, and with it they can go to the nodes. If the active server fails, the passive server takes over. Likewise goes the other way. To configure in NoMachine, you must enter command prompt, and from there you must choose cd to the program files NoMachine bin, which is where the NX server application would be found, and you can use it to configure. And at first I placed the feature of enabling multi-nodes, a multi-node environment, and then I enabled node load balancing. So now we can have multi-nodes and load balancing. And currently we have not created any nodes by checking using node list command. So adding nodes is fairly simple. You enter the IP of the node, that is for instance 10.0.0.3, and it will ask you do you want to continue connecting. You type yes. Do you want to try this key? Yes. And then you type in the username and password, and just like that it's created. We will do the same process with 02, which is the cloud server, and after it's done we can see that we have 3 nodes, which is the cloud server, the main server, and the client machine. To create a cluster, you must first remove the NoMachine main server by entering node delete localhost 4000. It's localhost 4000 because we are using the server, the enterprise server, and the enterprise server is going to be the main server in the cluster, and then we can add it to the cluster. And this is a virtual IP, which is 10.0.0.10. And then when adding the cloud server, I have faced a problem, which is this error, which I could not find anything in the web about, and it was a long struggle to find a solution. I ended up trying different things on my own until I could figure it out. When I figured it out, I was able to have a cluster list. So now we can see we have the 2 servers in the cluster. We have the cloud and the main server. That is all for my presentation. I would like to reflect on what I have done. Had I known how the enterprise applications work together, I would have begun the cluster configuration from the start. That is all. I hope you enjoyed my presentation.